as you are engaged with this creature, your rhythm sensor that you kind of like hovered it in front of your chest area, it kind of like sinks into your chest area. There's like a little spot that opens up for you to just kind of plug it into. And as this boss monster approaches you, that chest piece where your rhythm sensor entered, it kind of opens up again. But this time, as it opens up, these two kind of medium-sized speakers can be seen on either side of where the rhythm sensor was inserted. So kind of in the middle was where the rhythm sensor is, and then on either side, these two kind of newer speakers just appeared. And you see a little spot you can plug your loot into as well, right in between them.
Oh,
and
this is new.
The robot, this robot that's like attacking you, its eyes, its red kind of gleaming eyes, actually kind of lock onto that area, and it almost looks afraid as it takes a step back.
I take out my loot.
David,
I see if the jack fits.
You are the top of the initiative.
Yeah, I take out
fit.
the loot. I see if it fits in, and I just I start to strum.
Okay.
I go, hey.
Yeah, what do you do? Go for it.
I just go, get the fuck away from me, you bitch. Please. That's it.
So, as you do that, the creature it starts grabbing its head, and the nanobot body starts to kind of glitch out as the speakers start blaring this noise from your loot. And it starts kind of glitching and jerking, and the nanobots kind of are like breaking apart. A few of them fall on the floor with sparks as they burst.
Guys, they don't like really good music. Just play really good music.
So as it starts grabbing its head, Dave, that will be your bonus action. We'll say I'm not gonna make that your action. So you have learned a weakness of this creature. It is weak to like sound-based attacks. So things like Thunder Wave and Shatter, things like that.
Awesome. If only I had any of this. I'm going to try and do something. Last session, we said that the windows were open. Is that still the case?
Yes. The like metal screen did open up for you to be able to see him.
Awesome. I'm going to cast now that I can see him.
So just to remind you why that happened, he opened up the screen so that he could talk to you, because he basically said like, it's not too late. You know, he tried to convince you that it wasn't too late for you to get out of here and go home, go back to where you came from, and leave him alone.
I'm going to take advantage of him opening the windows, and I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force inside of the area that he's in. I want, it says I can craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of the creature. The target must make an intelligence saving throw of 13. If it fails, I create a phantasmal object of my choice that is no longer than 10 feet, that is perceivable only for the target for the duration. And I'm going to choose Raziel as the Phantasmal Force.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell him to turn off all of the machines and open the doors around him and walk out.
Okay. So what is the range on Phantasmal Force or Phantasmal?
It is 60 feet.
60 feet.
For Phantasmal Force, yeah.
You would need to move about 10 feet.
Yeah,
about right there.
For sure.
Okay. So as you cast that, I'll roll an intelligence save of, you said 13?
13.
Let me look at his intelligence modifier. He rolled a 12.
These have no intelligence.
Dweasel has a +0. All right. So as you cast this spell, anyone who can see Dweasel, who is paying attention to Dweasel, sees him turn around inside the glass box that he's in, and as he turns around, he kind of his back starts touching the glass as he puts his hand on the glass and backs up into it, and you hear over the intercom, which is still on.
Hey there, Rosiel. How did you get in here? How do you
respond? I'll just let you play as Rosiel here. Rosiel's voice is kind of like this.
Okay.
Turn off these machines immediately and step out. Your job is done.
But Master, there's people out there. You know that, right?
Did I stutter?
He kind of slides along the window a little bit, like just kind of keeping his distance from this image that you've created. He kind of slides along the window, and
I'll have the image go like this.
Just kind of like jerk at him.
Yeah. Kinda like front on, you know.
I want you to roll me an intimidation check with advantage, just because.
Okay.
It's not gonna matter. He's still gonna do what you say, but I do want to see what you roll. Depending, it might change some things.
Let's see. Let me roll that again. Just to have an advantage. 22 is still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, 22.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Let me pull this up.
You see Cyborg Dave smirking as he's doing his little magical mystical thing.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so pull this up.
I kind of mumble in my breath.
Every time.
So he slides along the window, and as he does, he goes over to what looks like a control box on the back wall, and you see him flip a large red lever, and as he does, he flips it downward into a downward position, and all of the conveyor belts cease. As they do, they come kind of to a stuttering halt, and so does the robot arm. But the ones who are created, the robots that are created, continue to function as they normally do. So they are not affected by this particular lever.
Damn.
But there will be no more robots created.
Well, there you go.
And that last arm is useless. You don't even need to destroy it.
Perfect.
How long does the image last?
This is a concentration spell that lasts up to 1 minute.
Okay.
So I can keep spawning it every turn, and I can choose whether or not it deals damage to him. This turn, I don't want it to deal damage to him.
Okay, understood. Nara, it is your turn. You are in the middle here, kind of engaged with this mannequin robot. It is similar to you're kind of one of the first people that's pretty close to one of these things. Zim was too, but I'll just kind of describe it to both of you. These mannequins, they look similar to what you remember from the past, except for a much upgraded version. These mannequins, excuse me, seem much more well-made, and high-tech. And it's got like this weird kind of porcelain doll baby face, which is really creepy.
Okay. So I have Zephyr Strike. Is that best to do after I attack or before?
I think Zephyr Strike lets you move without attacks of opportunity.
It does, but it says you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack.
I would do it before you move. So you cast Zephyr Strike, and then you can get away from this thing without it attacking you. And then you do it before you attack.
That's what I want to do. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
All right.
Well,
so where do you want to move?
I want to move away from it.
Okay. So there's a few directions you can go. You can go east, you can go west, or you can go south.
Can I just like jump over the thing and west?
Okay. So you're heading over towards Pox. How far do you want to go? You can do 5, 10, 15, 20. You could do 10 more feet. You could do 2 more spaces if you want.
Yeah, let me do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack for your bow. 20 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And we already got your 4 force damage from Zephyr Strike. Your Hunter's Mark. I remember you had it, but I can't remember if you still had it up or not.
I don't think so. I think it ended last round.
Okay.
Because I used it like twice, I think.
You can keep using it every as long as you move it.
Cast Zephyr Strike, will it?
You will then lose it because if they both require concentration, you can only have one concentration spell.
Are they both concentration?
I believe.
Does it say
so.
C next to it?
See, that one is concentration. Yes, they are.
That's okay. I think it's a good move.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So as you fire your bow at this creature, it pierces its chest, and the creature kind of lets out this weird robotic like screeching noise as its little porcelain baby doll face opens up into these like wires that are like sticking out, and it letting out this shrieking noise as it kind of falls to its knees and begins crawling towards Pox over the conveyor belt.
No.
Anything else you'd like to do? You did your bonus action, your action, your move. I think that's it for you.
Yep.
Finish it.
Incoming.
Minion bot and minion bot are going to roll. The first one to attack Pox is a 12. What is your armor class, Pox?
It's 12.
It's 12? Okay. So that's going to be a...
Ow.
Oh my god, I looked at the wrong dice. What the fuck? I looked at the wrong dice. I looked at a D12 that was sitting on my table. Here, let me roll it over here.
This is my life, Commander.
This
Could
is
you
your life.
please
Okay.
Focus up.
That's going to be an 11, actually.
What?
Plus two. So
you
does 11
moved
miss?
it. I just watched you move it. Wait, oh no,
No,
11.
it
Yeah,
was
no,
at a-
11 misses.
It was at a 9.
Yeah, no, 11 misses. Yeah.
Plus 2. Okay, so that does miss, unfortunately for me.
That's better for you. That's better for you, Web. I wouldn't complain if he's missing.
I know. Just
And then Blake, the other one
Making
is a
sure the
14
numbers
to
are
hit
right.
you.
That does not hit.
14 does not hit.
Does not.
Okay, so both kind of swing wide. The first mannequin crawls up to Pox, and as it does, it slashes out with its claws at you, but you dodge out of the way. You kind of step backwards out of the way, and it trips over some of the robot parts on the conveyor belt. The other one comes up to Zim and attempts to slash at you, but you just kind of put your arm up, and its claws wrap around your arm, but don't deal any damage. The boss bot is going to turn towards Dave here, and it is going to roll 2 attacks on Dave. As its arms turn into these like pointy spears, it's going to go in for a stab, Terminator 2 style. The first one is a 10 to hit. It's going to miss.
That'll miss.
The next one is a 20 to hit, not natural.
That one hits.
Okay. Going to be a total of 8 points of piercing damage. As the spear, the like left arm spear kind of stabs into your clavicle area, you kind of pull away, and its arm is vibrating with the sound of your speakers on your chest area. You can see its arm is kind of vibrating, and again it pulls away. And then it is going to...
Don't forget your concentration check, Buff.
Yes, go ahead and roll me a concentration check, please. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. That is Constitution, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it's a Constitution save.
You did it.
10 is going to do it. Yep, just barely.
Pass.
And then it is going to move... 10...
Opportunity attack
Oh.
for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your opportunity attack.
I will stab with my rapier
12 is going to
at
miss.
his face. I just start swinging. I'm like, you bloody git!
Yeah, so as you swing at it, its nano body kind of dodges and weaves around the sword, and it moves over here. As it does,
It's gonna bruise.
as it does, it's going to look up at the glass box, and as it's looking at it, it kind of sees Dweasel. As Dweasel just turned off everything, it looks up at Dweasel, and Pox, Dave, and Nara, go ahead and roll me perception checks, please. Pox, Dave, and Nara. Perception checks, please.
That's persuasion. I always get those two confused. Where is perception? Yeah.
My eyes are open.
Okay.
Robot eyes do not help.
So, Pox, you are the only one who hears this. As the robot kind of stands in the middle area of the room, you hear it say,
Disgusting, weak human.
and as it does, it puts its fist up into the air, made of these nanobots. And as it does, you start seeing this red blinking light coming from its chest, and it kind of radiates all the way up to its fist area. And as it does, the 2 minion bots and the 2 cowboy bots, all of their eyes begin to glow red.
Ooh. That doesn't look good.
The cowboy bots are going to go. This one is going to take its triple shot on Zim.
Bring it.
Attack number 1 is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, attack number 2 is a 5 to hit. And attack number 3 is a natural 1. All right. So, gonna be a total of 7 points of piercing damage from the first bullet that it fires off. As it points its 6-shooter at you, it rapid fires 3 shots off. And 2 of them go wide, but 1 of them hits. The other one is going to attack Kathrak with its triple shot. 14 to hit Kathrak. That one's not going to hit. And that one's not going to hit.
I think he
don't
has a 15 AC.
hits. 14 doesn't hit either.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I'm 99% sure it's a 15.
Me too. All right. Zim, you're up. Pox, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm going to attack this thing that is next to me.
All right.
My double attack.
You got it.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does hit this creature.
Okay. I'm going to, for my first attack, I'm also going to use my special feature that lets me use a spell slot to do extra damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a 2nd level spell slot.
Okay.
So 20 points of damage for the first hit.
Yeah, that's going to do it. The first slash just takes this creature out. One slash lops the head off. It goes flying into pieces across the factory. A few of the pieces actually land at Dave's feet at the other end of the conveyor belt.
And then I'm going to move to the cowboy one and attack him with my second attack.
All right.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 for these guys, no. Their
Okay.
AC's 14.
That is my turn.
Okay. All right. With that, Pox, you are up. Kathrak and Isabella are after you.
How dead is the half android thing attacking me? On the
This
conveyor
thing,
belt.
it looks like it is almost half dead. Actually, it's a little over half dead. Sorry, a little over half dead.
That big guy seems a little, I don't know, a little dangerous. Wait, are the little guy's eyes glowing red as well?
Mhm.
Like that? Okay, well, yeah. Fair enough. I'm gonna swing at it with my scimitar of the north wind.
Nice.
Hopefully knock him back.
12 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And then if you want to use your ability, you can.
Which one?
The scimitar's ability.
Right, do I have to...
You just have to tell me if you want to use it.
Please.
Okay. Read it to me. So if you click on the scimitar, it'll tell you what it does.
I want to push it back up to 20 feet on hit.
Okay. Does it have a
Yeah.
save? I can't remember if I have to make a strength save or anything. Or if it just
DC
does it.
13 strength saving.
Okay.
Or be pushed
It
at 20
fails.
feet. Yes.
All right. So with the 8
push it. Yeah.
slashing damage, you actually kill it. So do you want to send these pieces flying in a certain direction?
Yeah. Can I send them? Can I send them at the window where what's his name's at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want
Go
to
ahead and
send
just
them into the.
roll me a dex check, just a regular dex check to see how well you aim this.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, all right.
What's
So
up?
this is badass. As you take the scimitar, you slice through the minion bot, and as you do, this gust of wind pushes all of the pieces, like the chest pieces of this minion bot, so quickly across the factory and upwards towards that glass box that they shatter through because the shields are down. They shatter through the glass box, leaving Dweasel exposed. But with that bonus also comes a problem as the pieces of glass and robot parts fly through the visage of Raziel, making it clear that that is not really Raziel. So as the debris from the window and everything.
So as Phantasmal Force works, unless the person passes their DC save, their brain literally logics themselves out of reality. Like if something passes through, they're like, oh, that makes sense. They're like trying to justify it in their own mind.
Does it say that in the spell?
Mhm.
Okay.
It says, while the target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real. The target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. For example, a target attempting to walk across a phantasm bridge that spans a chasm falls once it steps onto the bridge. If the target survives the fall, it still believes that the bridge exists and comes up with some other explanation for its fall.
Okay. Okay. All right. So Dweasel curiously looks at Raziel in this like curious kind of scared way. And Pox, anything else you want to do? He still is under the spell, so no worries.
Get out here, dork. Also, minstrel. Try using your crank up the volume.
Dave, she's talking to you.
I look over, I'm like, to me? Is that what you're talking to?
Crank up the on the speaker thing. Crank that up. Use that against the nanobites.
I mean, right.
Try it.
Not used to being my own speaker system.
How high does it go?
I don't know.
Crank it to 11.
As you're looking down at it, the speakers look like they are maybe cranked to like 25% right now.
Oh,
So you can crank them up.
I do know.
Get a
Well, there
couple
we go.
power notes.
All right. So I'm gonna. This mechanic is one that I kind of came up with on the fly while I was thinking about this. So here's how it's gonna work.
Okay.
If your volume of these speakers is above 50%, anytime that you play the instrument for some kind of use, like for example, if you're using it to try and stun this robot, or if you're playing a spell, or if you're doing a spell or inspiring somebody with it, and the volume is above 50%, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw. And if you succeed with 10 or more on the Constitution saving throw, you nothing bad happens. But if it's a 9 or less, it breaks the speakers for the rest of that combat, that particular combat.
Okay.
Okay? So they
Okay.
just like, they pop out. Not pop out, but you know what I mean? Like they start popping and...
yeah, short circuit.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
All right, so that's...
Fair enough.
It'll have its benefits, though, if you do crank it up.
Okay.
It will have its benefits. All right, so with that, it is Dweasel's turn, and then Kithrak and Isabella. So Dweasel is kind of at the back of the box here. He is kind of just staring at Raziel. He's gonna spend his turn just staring at him. And what is the save? Is it DC 13 Intelligence again at the end of his turn?
I believe so, yes.
He rolls an 18.
That motherfucker.
So does that mean that the image just kind of fades?
He knows that it's fake now. Yeah.
Okay, he knows that it's fake now.
Mm.
Okay. He is looking around. Was that at the end of his turn he had to make that?
Card from illusion target was on a failed save. The creature can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence check against your spell save. So
Okay,
that's its
so it's
action.
an action. Okay. All right. If that's his action, then he is going to. He's just going to remain where he's at, and let's see. Kathrak is going to roll his attacks on the cowboy bot. Natural 20 for Kathrak. So he does 7, 9, plus 8.
15. Or, sorry, 17.
17. So he does 17 with his first punch. And another punch there is going to do it. As he brings his fist into the chest of this robot, it bursts through the chest, and then he pulls his fist back out and hits with the other fist, and the robot parts go scattering off to the top left of the factory floor. Isabella is going to cast her cantrip, and she's going to roll her 2 Eldritch Blasts at... she'll roll it at the boss robot. 1 miss, 2 miss. That's Isabella. Dave, you're up. Nara, you're on deck.
All right. I'm gonna look at the big boss robot boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna crank my shit up to 69%. I'm
right.
gonna say, "Hey, fuck you very, very much, you fucking bitch robot, you suck," and then see what happens.
Okay. So, do you want to move closer to do that, or do you want to stay kind of at the distance you're at, which is about 5, 10, 15 feet?
I'm kind of weary about the glowy thing, so I'm just gonna stay a little back.
Okay.
See what that
So
does.
15 feet's good with you?
Sure.
Okay.
Right where I'm at. Yeah.
All right. So as you play that, he's going to roll his Constitution saving throw, and you go ahead and roll yours.
That's charisma. What the heck am I doing with my life? Well, I
Okay.
got a 5.
Well, that's okay because he also failed his. So your speakers, as you blare this "fuck you" song, they start popping and cracking, and the noise can be heard echoed throughout the entire factory. Everyone's ears are kind of like, ah, shit, as you all hear this, and then the speakers just die. But you look over at the creature, and he is frozen in place. The nanobots are glitching out in their position, and it almost looks like it has a pained expression on its face as it is stunned on its next turn.
Woo! Was that an action?
That was your action.
Okay, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to run towards the box.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get here. There's no ladder or any way up that you see.
Okay.
But you do see at the bottom of this box that's kind of suspended here on the wall, you do see there is a little hatch that probably opens up to a ladder that drops down.
Okay. I can't reach it right now though, huh?
No.
Okay. No worries. I think that... Oh, bonus action. I will cast Healing Word on... I think... Pox is the one that's damaged.
Sure.
The most. Yeah. I got Pox.
Okay.
I'm gonna...
Go ahead and roll your healing word.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at you and say... He's looking at you, kid. And then... Boom, level 1 healing word. You get 4 healing straight to your face.
Oh, thanks.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right, Nara, you're
Give you a little wink.
ready. It's your turn.
Just 4. Easy.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the big boss baddie.
Okay. You got it.
Then
Use Hunter's marked.
I am going to Whistling Longbow.
A 15 is going to miss this
Oh
creature.
shit, dude. Anyway,
Wait,
okay.
doesn't she get advantage because of the stun or something?
Yes. Actually,
It's advantage and then it auto crits.
if it hits, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if it hits, it auto
Oh.
crits, right? Yeah, I just want
You
to.
get advantage though, so you get to roll again.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and roll twice, and then let's see. The
16.
creature automatically fails. Attack rolls. Attack rolls have advantage. It doesn't auto crit. For stunned.
Oh, that's paralyzed,
That's
maybe.
paralyzed. Yeah.
Mm.
And unconscious.
Yep.
All right, so you rolled again, and a 16 is gonna do it. You got it.
Okay, great.
So now you know it's AC, which is 16.
Okay.
All right. So normally, when the robot is not stunned, this piercing damage normally it would be much less. But because it's stunned, the nanobots can't move out of the way to avoid these piercing and slashing shots. So it actually pierces through a few of those nanobots and destroys some, doing regular damage. So you do 8 damage instead of 4 with your bow, which is good. Then you
Okay.
did your bonus action, which was your
Yeah, and then I'm
spell.
gonna move kind of away from it. I kind of want to go north. Just like more. Oh, close to the. Yeah, that's good.
All right. You can move 2 more squares if you wanted.
That's okay.
All right. So you continue to go north up the conveyor belt, and next up we have the bots. And then Zim, you're on deck.
Yep.
All right. So Cowboy Bot is going to reload and triple shot at Zim.
Yep.
First one's gonna miss. Second one's gonna miss. Third one's gonna miss. All
Swing and a
below
miss.
10. Yeah. So, bam, bam, bam. All 3 shots. Just they go wide as the creature's trying to dodge out of the way of your claws while it's also firing at you. And the commando bot is stunned on its turn. So, Zim, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to swing twice at the cowboy bot.
You got it. Yep, 19's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll. Oh, so 19. Yeah. Okay. So it already rolled the slashing.
I have
okay.
two. I have two. Yeah.
Okay,
Hang on. Oh, that was really okay. So the first one missed. The second one hits.
Yep.
Does the 5 slashing, but I'm also going to do a level 3 spell this time.
Okay.
So hang on a second. So
Okay,
that
so
does
11 more. So 16 total.
16 all
Okay.
day.
And this robot, you missed with your first attack. I don't have any other damage marked on it. So this slice, this claw, as it gets empowered with your druid ability, you watch as your claw gets this kind of like black smoke that comes off of it as you slash at the creature, and it leaves a trail in the air behind it. The slash goes right through its chest area, knocking the gun out of its hand as the creature falls back onto its butt, and it is kind of like crawling away from you now. Interestingly enough, its eyes are no longer red, by the way. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Pox, you are up. Dweasel's right after you.
Gotta Eldritch Blast the baddie.
Which baddie would you like to Eldritch Blast? The this guy's no longer stunned,
Yeah.
but you can still attack him.
Nano bites.
Mm-hmm. The 13 is going to miss, but I think you get an extra blast at this level. So go ahead and roll again. 14 is also going to miss, unfortunately. I'm sorry. 16 is the AC you're looking for.
Oh.
Unlucky. Well, hey, just to make you feel better, I just missed like 6 shots on your party members in a row. It is still your turn if you want to move. If you want a bonus action, you can hex something.
I do want
or-
to back up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where would you like to go?
I'd say closer towards Nara and Kathrak.
Okay. So how about
Behind
right
Nara.
there?
Behind Nara.
Behind Nar.
In between Nara and Kathrak.
How's that?
Back more. Back like one more.
Okay.
That's yeah.
All right, perfect.
Maybe to yeah.
All right.
I'm
Dweasel.
safe.
You're good. You're good. No, it's perfect. It's good. It's good positioning. Dweasel is going to walk over to the window here. He's going to look down and see Dave down there.
Won't let me through.
He says, he kind of yells out from the broken glass window. He says, "Why are you all doing this?"
We were kind of wondering the same question for you.
He looks around kind of at the situation at hand, and he says, "Stand down!" And he kind of he yells it across the factory at all of you. He says, "You're gonna kill us all!" And Dweasel is going to then back up into the back of the box, and you can kind of hear him whimpering and cowering above you, Dave.
Okay.
Kathrak is going to get there. Isabella is going to... Yeah, she's going to fire at that guy. Go ahead and roll her 2 Eldritch Blast, a 2, and that one's going to hit. Alright, so she gets her D10. 7
It's
points.
still stunned, right?
No, it gets
Okay.
unstunned on its own turn.
On it, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
But it does skip its turn, basically, which
Yeah.
was pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Isabella hits for 7, and Dave, you're up. Naro, you're on deck.
All right. I'm going to attempt to get in that box. So
All
I'm
right.
going to go for that hatch if I can.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check to scramble up the wall and get to the hatch.
Hey, yep. I try and
So,
jump up.
with an 11, you kind of slide your way up the wall a little bit, but you're just unable to kind of reach it. It's a slippery, flat wall with nothing to really climb on. Getting to that hatch, you may need to use your hacking ability.
Is there
you wanna
anything
get
to hack nearby I can see?
Looking around, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Yeah. I'll do that. 8.
So, looking around, there looks like there's a lot of places that there could be a place for you to kind of dip into and hack into. Funnily enough, one of the best spots might be one of these broken arms, as it gives you a nice insight into the wires that connect around this place. So you could come over to one of
Right.
the broken arms and connect with it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Go to the nearest one.
All right, so you're near the nearest broken arm. As you come up to it, it's kind of sparking and jerking around, and you see what looks like a pretty important looking green wire that's wrapped in plastic, and it's kind of sticking out pretty obviously at you, and it looks like it's one of like the core wires of this arm.
Oh, I'm going to take it and stick it right inside me.
There you go. So as you jam it in, go ahead and roll me your hack check, which is going to be, what did we have last time? We did investigation, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. We are going to...
I think it was investigation.
I could see it being investigation. I just don't know.
We're going to make it investigation. Are you proficient in investigation?
Half proficiency.
You have proficiency in investigation?
It says half proficiency.
He's jack of all trades, so he doesn't have proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you are proficient now in investigation. We're going to make that one of your proficiencies
Yay!
with your race, since I don't think your race came with any proficiencies anyway. So,
Perfect.
yeah. So we'll make you proficient in investigation, and so you can add your proficiency bonus to the number. So go ahead and roll your
Awesome.
investigation check. For
So this
hacking.
is gonna be +3, so 21.
All right. So, with that, yeah, with 21, yeah. So
Yeah, 21, sorry.
as you plug the wire into you, you get a nice layout of this entire area, and you kind of visually, make your way through the wires around the factory floor. You're able to just flick off some switches of different things. Like you turn off the arm so that it can't be turned back on. You flick off some other switches so that everything's kind of dead in the area. And then you see a spot for you to kind of climb up to within the electronic circuits that you're here. You find a spot you can climb up to and open that hatch. So as you do, you flip the switch, and everyone watches as that hatch opens beneath the 30-foot up box, and a ladder slides down and kind of bounces off the floor, off the metal floor.
I come back to. I pat the arm. Thanks, lass. Was it as good for you as it was for me?
It just
and then I
glitches.
unplug myself.
Perfect. All right, so you used 5, 10, 15 to get over here. You can do 5, 10, 15 to kind of walk back.
Yep. And bonus action, another healing word to Pox.
Okay.
As well.
3 healing.
I'll look at you and say, the bare minimum, still effort.
We better.
3 healing
3
points.
is the minimum.
Thanks.
An avocado. Thanks.
Yeah. Like
Nice.
flick a speck of healing at you. Here you go.
Nara, you're up.
Alright. So I still got my hunter's mark on him, yeah?
Yep, it's still on there.
I'm going to whistling longbow, and it does not hit.
That one's not going to hit. Do roll your hunter's mark damage from last round. We didn't do that. I just remembered. Okay. An extra 1 on there. Got
Five.
That kills it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
Anything else you'd like to do for movement or bonus action? You feel safe where you're at?
Relatively.
Relatively? Okay. Next up, the boss bot is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to run up here to Dave.
Oh,
He's
hello.
going to make 2 slashes on Dave.
So you didn't.
Natural 1. A 5. So 2 misses there. So yeah, as he stabs at you, you dodge out of the way. You kind of suck in your abdomen a little bit and dodge out of the way.
Gotta wake up early in the morning for old Davey.
No critical miss?
The critical miss doesn't do anything in this particular situation because there's nothing around for it to fuck with. Normally I'd have it like hit one of its allies or something, but
Breaks
Good
the
trip.
ladder.
do you guys want to start tripping on natural ones? Tripping out in the middle of nowhere?
We don't roll natural ones, Commander.
We don't roll natural ones. All right.
We're the A team.
Is the cowboy bot doing anything or no?
It's his turn now. So the cowboy bot is gonna try crawling away from you.
Okay, I'm taking my kill.
All right. Roll advantage. Watch you miss. Damn.
I don't think I do.
You don't miss. You kill it with the first claw attack.
Okay. Well, I only get 1 because it's a reaction, so.
All right.
But it's my turn now.
It is your turn now. Yep.
I'm running up to the boss bot, and I should have enough movement to get there.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to take 2 attacks on him.
Is that the spot you'd like to be, or do you want to be
Yeah.
next to Dave, or?
Put me next to Dave. Thank you.
Oh,
And now I'm going to make 2 attacks on it.
You got it.
15 hit?
Miss.
Unluck. Okay, that
Hits.
hits, though. And I'm going to level 3 spell extra damage with my purple energy
All right.
claw attack. That was a good hit.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
22 all day.
All right. So with 22, the that does that do necrotic damage? I can't remember.
Let me look.
I made that do necrotic damage, or if that just empowers the damage that you already do with your attack. I can't remember.
Necrotic. It does say necrotic.
It is necrotic. Okay.
Yes.
So the slashing damage doesn't do quite as much damage as you want, as the claws kind of go through the nanobots and they swerve around. But the necrotic damage that's left behind as the bots kind of come back together, you know, that trail I was describing from your claw, as they try and reform, that trail actually kind of like short circuits some of them as they start falling to pieces. And anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. The bot itself, as you slash at it, it's looking like it is wounded, but not even really close to dying. But it's hard to tell. It's so hard to tell with the nanobots that are all flying around. You get the idea that the more nanobots that you kill, the more that you've damaged it. Pox, you are up. There's only one enemy, quote unquote, enemy left, and it's this one with the little dice on it. That's the hunter's mark.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. 27's gonna hit.
Good hit.
13
Good
force damage. Boom! And it looks like it does a little bit of extra damage too.
I gotta roll a second too.
Yep. The second one's gonna miss, but that first one hit for good damage. So with your Eldritch Blast, as you fire it off, it kind of envelops like 10 or 12 of those nanobots, and they all just fall to the ground, onto the ground, clattering. You're not flashy, you know, your Eldritch Blasts aren't flashy, but you can tell that they do a lot of damage, and it's got like just a different feel to it. It's kind of badass.
How gruesome.
It's on its way.
And Dweasel is going to look down the hatch. You see Dweasel's head poke out. He's upside down looking out of the hatch. And he attempts to close the hatch. He pressing all the buttons on the wall. He's unable to get the hatch closed. And you just hear him saying, shit. And he kind of backs up into the corner of the box. Let's see. Can he do anything here? Dweasel's
Don't
abilities
worry,
are pretty
I
minimum.
made sure all of his buttons are unavailable to him.
Kathrak is going to run up here. He's joining the fray. He's going to actually run up back here. What up, Simo? Welcome. All right. First attack's going to miss. Second attack's gonna hit. Where's my deep? There it is. Okay. So Kathrak deals some good damage. And Isabella is going to back up. And she's going to fire her 2 Eldritch Blasts. First one's gonna hit. Second one's gonna hit. Deals a total of 11 damage with her 2 Eldritch Blasts. And got that checked out. Dave, you're up. Nara, you're on deck.
I'm going to look at the 2 monstrosities, in my opinion, surrounding the cyborg, and I'm go, you guys got this. I'm gonna leave my dancing partner away for you. And I step away. I do not disengage though.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and go up the ladder.
Okay. So you're not going to disengage.
No.
You're going to try and go up the ladder that's back here.
Right.
All right. He's going to roll his attack of opportunity on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 24 to hit.
That does it.
Okay. Oh. Well, I rolled minimum damage, so you take 5.
All right.
5 piercing.
As he does, I'm like, really?
So he swings out at you as you back away.
I have a performance tonight. I walk up the ladder and say, you're gonna start talking and you're gonna start making some sense instead of just general one-liners.
So as you say that, Dweasel, you get a good look at him. He's a shaggy-looking dude. He has long red hair that comes down over his eyes. You can't even see his pupils or anything. He's got a big, long, kind of hooked nose with a little wart on it. And he's wearing a nice suit jacket, but he's wearing a green ball cap. So he looks a little bit like he's playing two roles right now. And you can tell he does not look like a boss at all at this up close in person. As you're looking at him, his suit is dirty and not so good looking. He looks like he probably smells a little bit, and he looks scared. He looks scared of you.
Is he hostile towards me?
Roll me an insight check.
All right.
With a 7, it's hard to tell. You just got out of a pretty scary combat, so your brain's already racing. You probably assume that he's hostile towards you.
All right.
But he does look scared.
Does look scared. Man.
Like an animal backed into a corner.
All right. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna walk over to him and say, if what you say is true, we're in as much trouble as you are. Some help would be greatly appreciated. Let's see what that does.
Okay, he'll respond on his turn.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
Is that I still have an action or?
Yeah.
I will cure wounds myself
Okay.
at first level.
Nara,
8.
you are up. Go ahead and heal your 8, Dave. Nara, you're up.
Woo!
Okay, I'm gonna move in between the belts.
Feels good to touch yourself sometimes.
Yeah, that's good. And then I'm gonna shoot the guy.
You got it. 26 gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Right?
Good hits. Good hits.
Don't forget your hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark as well.
Oh yeah.
Good. All right, nice. Okay, so as you fire your arrow, it flies through the creature, nicking a few of the nanobots. Again, the piercing and the slashing damage not doing as much to this creature as you'd want, but still doing damage. Anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think so.
No
Not
problem. It's
really.
okay for turns to be real quick.
Yeah.
All right. The cowboy bots are gone. So the boss bot is going to... he's going to fling out his spear arms. He's going to kind of protract them outward and make a spinning attack on Zim and Kathrak. Both of you roll me dexterity saving throws.
Gotcha.
Kathrak's going to fail.
13.
Also
I don't know if
gonna
I
fail.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to take a total of... Not that bad. 8 points of
Not bad.
slashing damage.
That's less for Kathrak. It's only 4 for Kathrak.
Correct. And then he is going to make his 2 attacks on Zim.
Sounds good.
First one's going to be a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Next one's going to be a 24 to hit.
Sounds good. Both hit.
All right. So first one is 10 piercing.
Okay.
Second one is 11 piercing.
And I am going to be reverted back into forms with 5 damage.
Okay.
On me.
So the first stab goes right into kind of like the chest area of the Nothic, and then the second one, as it kind of stabs into the clavicle area, you put your hands on the kind of spear that's stuck in you, and you change back into Zim as the creature's beady red eyes are staring at you, and you can hear the whirring and buzzing of the nanobots around you. Zim, it's your turn.
I'm going to, as I'm sitting there, kind of slightly bleeding, I'm going to look at it and be like,
I'm going to kill you for that.
and I'm going to turn back into a Nothic and do my 2 attacks.
Okay. So your bonus action is to...
Turn into a Nothic, and then my action is double attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That both miss.
It was a badass line, but you're still kind of
Sometimes-
reeling in pain.
Sometimes the dice don't work, you know?
It's okay. It's all right. It was a badass line. And as you slash through it, the nanobots kind of move and shapeshift out of the way, and the creature lets out a menacing... And Pox, you're up.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, keeping it simple. First one's
Unlock.
gonna miss. Oh wait, is that damage? That's damage.
No, that's a nat one.
That's a nat one. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20's gonna hit. Wouldn't roll that damage. That force damage.
Ooh,
That ain't bad.
that's max.
All right. So with 10 force damage, you see more of these nanobots falling apart, and the creature actually turns its eyes towards you, Pox.
I'm like Lob with the bat. Every like one is missing and one's hit, and then now he's after me.
So he's
Guys, finish him off.
He looks back at you. He sees that there's a line of these creatures that are all attacking him. Nara, Pox, Kathrak, and Zim are all attacking him, and he looks threatened for sure. And his beady red eyes kind of shine across the factory at you. Dweasel says to Dave, "Now I wish I could help you. I really do, but I can't. And you're all gonna die."
Doesn't have to be so.
He's kind of backed up into a control board,
Mm-hmm.
and his hands are on the control board. He looks like he's reaching for something on the control board.
Okay.
So
if I can
as
use
he's
a
reaching
reaction or
for it,
something to stop him, that'd be
I
cool.
will allow you
I don't know.
to make a reaction, kind of like a opportunity attack. If you want to try and
Okay.
stop him, it looks like he's reaching for a key on the control board.
I will reaction rapier that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll throw a dagger at it. That sounds more stylish.
Okay.
Sounds more fun. 11.
So with an 11, your dagger kind of clatters off the control panel, and he reaches for the
Damn.
key and turns it.
Thought it'd be cool.
He says, as he turns the key, he says, I can't save any of you, and you most certainly can't save me." And yeah, he kind of wipes his brow. He pushes his red hair out of the way, and you see a good look in his eyes. Dweasel's eyes are kind of like a jet black color, and as he's looking at you, there's like a little bit of blood that's kind of dripping out of his eyes, just a little bit. And
Jesus.
as he's looking at you, he says, You made a fake Raziel." He starts kind of laughing, and he says, "But the real one's out there." And he starts kind of like falling to his knees.
I'm not the only one who is in your mind, am I?
He as he falls to his knees, he looks like he can be saved, but you guys need to act quickly. Kathrak's turn. He's not dead, but he looks like he is dying.
Okay.
Kathrak is going to make his attacks. Both are going to hit. Both are going to do good damage, actually. He rolls plus his rage. Nice. Okay, so Kathrak punches into the nanobots. As they do, again, they kind of warp around his fists, but he gets some good chunks of them. And Isabella is going to fire her Eldritch Blasts. First one's going to hit. Second one's going to miss. Total of 6 damage. Dave, you're up. Nara, you're on deck.
Would I know if lesser restoration would help his situation?
You have a feeling it might.
I will cast it then.
All right.
I'll go over to him and I will place my hand on his eyes as much as I can, and I will cast lesser restoration.
All right.
I'll say, "Don't you worry, child. Heaven's got a plan for you."
So tone deaf. I love it. So as you place your hands on his face, and his eyes kind of close, his breathing slows, And
Okay, baby
as
boy,
you
it's
cast Lesser Restoration, he slowly stops twitching and bleeding out of his eyes and begins breathing regularly, but he seems unconscious. And as you are looking up at the control board, you see a countdown on the control board. The countdown reads 4 minutes, 54 seconds.
All right. I'm going to be late for my concert. I start running down the stairs. I don't bring him with me. I say, we got to get out of here.
Okay.
I'll do as much as if I get stopped by the cyborg guy, I won't go out of his reach again, but
okay.
I'm going to try and get out of there as fast as I can now.
Okay. All right, so you use your movement to get down the ladder, and you can make it to about there. And then, Nara, you're up. Do you tell anybody?
Okay.
That's all I say.
Is that we have to get out of here?
Yeah. We got to get out of here.
Slowly, in the factory, the lights are turning a reddish color and begin to blink slowly.
Okay, but he's still attacking, right? The robot?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just gonna whistling longbow.
You got it. Point 2 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Five is good. Go ahead and roll.
Well, it was 9, and then I did
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 9
Hunter's
plus
Mark.
5. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 4, 5. Okay.
14.
Yeah. He's close. He's close. As you fire the arrow, it snipes off a few of those nanobots, and you guys can see this kind of metallic frame inside that is surrounded by the nanobots that kind of gives it its aqueous form. And as it's moving around, its kind of beady red eyes are slanting in different directions, and it's looking around for what its next move is going to be, which it is its turn. It's almost ferally, like a feral beast, runs past Kathrak, who is going to...
Do we get opportunity attacks?
Yes. Kathrak's going to miss with his.
Okay, hang on. Nat
There
20.
it is.
Is that a nat 20?
And-
That's a regular 20. 16
Uh,
plus 4.
yeah, you're right. Sorry, that's max damage.
Yeah.
But I think I can use my empowered thing. Oh no, it's a bonus action. Oh wait, hang on. Let me just double. No, it isn't. Where is it?
It should be the same as if you were doing the healing. It's like an augmented version of the healing that the Moon Druid gets. So whenever they can do their healing. If I didn't put that, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. I don't think you put that.
Yeah, so it should be at the same timing as the healing,
Yeah,
which I think...
I have to double check, but I think it's a bonus action.
Yeah,
Then.
I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action too.
Okay, that's fine. So 9 points of damage.
So 9 slashing. As you slice through it, you knock off a few more of those, and it runs up to Nara here. It's going to slice at Nara as it goes by. It's 2 slices. One is a 15 to hit. Does a 15 hit you, Nara?
Well, I'm 15 armor class, so it does, yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's going to be total of 9 piercing damage.
Right.
As he runs up to you, and it kind of like trips and falls over some of the things and falls at your feet after it stabs into you. And the little nanobots are kind of swarming around. It looks like it's on its last legs as it stands back up. Zim, you
I'm
just
gonna
saw
tell
Dave run down from the
Yep.
box, and you got all that information. He says that you need to run. You're not sure what Dweasel's fate is.
I'm gonna tell Kathrak.
Kathrak, go up there and grab the body just in case you have any information on him. I'll go help Nara.
And
Okay.
I'm going to run to the robot and kill him.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You have 30 or 20?
I have 30. I have 30.
Or nothing. Yeah.
I mean,
Even as a halfling, you have it normally?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 25 normally as a halfling, but as a Nothic, I have 30.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm going to swing twice at it.
Yep. 19's going to hit.
So the
14
first one hits, and I'm going to do the bonus action second level spell for extra damage.
All right.
So that is
8 plus 2 is 10, 15.
it should be 4 plus 8 plus 5. So that's 12, 17.
Yeah, but it's -2 because it's slashing.
Oh
damage.
yeah.
So yeah, how do you want to do this?
My hands are gonna glow purple, and I'm gonna run up, and I'm just gonna start tearing all of the nanobots off of the frame until there's nothing but a frame left.
All right, so you just rip through the nanobots, pulling them off, throwing them to the ground, slashing at them, sparks flying everywhere. Nara, it's a vicious, almost animalistic fight here between the two as the robot tries to put its arms up to block Zim's claws, but Zim just cuts through them, and the nanobots all go flying in different directions. A few of them bounce off your shins, Nara. And in the end, as you finish slashing away, the only thing you all hear is as Kathrak comes down from the box with Dweasel's unconscious body, and he says, "Come on, guys, let's go." And he starts.
Oh, good, you got
running.
him.
We gotta grab Solus's stuff from the truck, but let's go.
All right, so you guys run
We
back
have
out
less
the way
than
you
4
came in.
minutes.
Yeah, the way that we came in, we'll leave back out of, and we'll grab the Solus's stuff on the way out.
Okay. So you guys exit out of the factory. A huge fight under your belt. And you grab Solus's items. You grab the 2 boxes that you left behind. You grab the weapons that you wanted.
Yep.
And as you exit the factory, you just hear that faint and you make it out with plenty of time. As you stand outside the factory, you give yourself a good distance as Dave kind of warns you that there might be something dangerous happening, maybe an explosion of some kind. As you give yourself a good amount of distance, you hear a
I'm gonna stand next to Pox as this happens, as the explosion happens, and I'm gonna tell everybody, "Get down!" And I'm gonna dive on top of Pox and attempt to pickpocket Pox.
Okay.
Can we see this?
Yeah, I mean, as you yell, "Get
Can I roll a
down."
perception check?
Yeah, roll me an athletics check, and Pox, roll me a dexterity saving throw. To try and dodge out of the way.
Athletics check for me.
Yeah. It's kind of pathetic as you like as you dive onto Pox, you just kind of bounce off of her. You just like bounce off of her, and like you both roll onto the ground. And it to Pox, it just looks like you were just trying to push her out of the way for some reason, even though you were at a safe distance. But you don't really get close enough to pickpocket. Like you bounce off of her and kind of roll across
I'm
the
like
grass.
trying to grab, and I'm like, "Oh, the shrapnel didn't go as far as I thought."
And so what happens actually is it isn't a huge explosion with like Michael Bay explosion. It's actually kind of the opposite in that it's this large explosion inside the factory as you see this kind of red burst and a bunch of dust and smoke come out of the open doors and the garage door that you guys came out of. And the factory kind of implodes on itself, just falls inward into a hole in the ground.
I get up, I dust myself up. Well, all's well that ends well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a concert to get to.
Good luck.
Thanks. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have some friends there.
How far away is it?
Not to. Oh, no, you don't. You got. Come on. You
Okay,
guys don't
we won't.
have
No
to
worries.
go. No, 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 no,
worries.
no, 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 no. I'll
No,
get tickets.
no,
I'll
it's
get
okay.
tickets.
Sam,
Come on,
I don't want to intrude. I don't want to be a problem there. You know, I fully agree. We won't go.
No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. I know a guy.
How far away is it? That was what I was asking.
Oh, it's, not too far. I mean, we could take the dude's car.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So you do have the keys to the car.
Can they
have-
track the car?
Hmm.
Can they track the car, Dave?
Oh, not when I'm in it. I'm sure I can jimmy something to make sure the signal is jammed.
If you can make sure that they can't ever track the car, that would be wonderful, and then we will come to your concert.
Splendid. It's a deal. I hold my hand out. Normally in this time, if you're not Amish, you shake hands.
I'm gonna shake hands with my Nothic hand because I haven't changed forms yet.
Yeah.
Is it slimy?
It's like 3 claws. It's not really slimy.
Dry
it's just
and
like
leathery.
yeah, like leather.
Dave is going to still pretend like it's slimy. I'll walk over to the car and I'll try to hack into it to not disable the jammer, but keep the jammer on not disable the signal, but try and keep it in the same parking spot that it has been in. So they think it's still there when it's really not.
So you want to trick the tracking into believing that it's in the same spot?
Yeah, like
That's going to be trickier than just disabling it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do the difficult thing first, and if I can't, can I switch? Or is that not how it works?
You would know that you're going to get one shot at this. So your choice. You can go for the more difficult thing, and it will have its benefits if you succeed at it. But also, if you fail at it, it's going to lock you out from being able to disable it at all.
I'll just disable it.
Okay. So this is a much lower check. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for hacking with your proficiency added.
That's a 7.
So attempting to try and disable the tracking on the car, you kind of weave your way in and out of the circuits. And as you reach the tracking section of it, you actually see an interesting symbol. It is the symbol of like an eye. And the eye it has this kind of like red aura in the circuits. And it's looking directly at you. And as you try to disable it, it just kind of blinks at you, opens its eyes real big, and kind of starts scanning you. And you get scared and pull yourself out, like it was trying to get at you and start tracking you and hack you.
I don't think the car's a good idea.
Well, looks like we'll be on our way then, Dave. Have a good concert. We're going to take our friend.
Yep. You guys have a good one.
If you need us, you can find us in Dredgemore.
I would not step foot in Dredgemore, no matter how poor I was. Good luck.
Yeah.
Best of wishes to all of you.
Bye,
All right,
Dave.
so
Here's a parting song.
before you part,
Oh.
before you part, let's make sure you've wrapped up everything that you wanted to do. So first things first.
We
it's
do
time
need
to break
to.
down in 8th round. Okay, what?
We do need to interrogate
So
Dweasel too.
You have Dweasel's unconscious body carried out by Kathrak. You have any like questions that you may want to ask each other before parting ways, as Dave is a local, raised his entire life in this time period, knows a lot about it, and would be able to help you with certain things. You have the rest of the compound that you can look through, the rest of the factory compound, which you've explored the boss building, like basically the lounge area, and then you've explored the main factory where they were building the robots. But there are still 2 more buildings that you can look at as well. And you have the keys to the entire compound as well, so that'll make it easy as well. You don't have to like sneak in any place or anything like that. You have the keys. You have the weapons, which you can divvy up. And
We actually already did divvy up the weapons.
I believe you did.
Yep.
Yeah. And then other than that, any other like parting ideas you have before you actually separate ways here? So I'll let you guys start wherever you want. Any questions you have for Dweasel as he kind of rustles and turns? He has been cured of some kind of condition, and you can see streaks of dried blood on his face that he kind of begins to wipe off as he rolls around on the grass. You all get a good look at him. He's pretty pathetic looking.
Evening, gent.
As he kind of rolls around on the grass, he opens his eyes and looks up at you. Are you in your Nothic form?
No, I'll be back to Zim form.
Okay. He says, "What have you done?"
Saved your life so you could tell us exactly what we needed to, and then you can run away and hopefully not be killed right away by Razio.
He looks down at the grass and kind of shakes his head. He pounds his fist into the dirt and kind of gets to his knees and then sits cross-legged looking at the group of you. Who are you guys?
We are Razio's worst nightmare, quite literally.
Well, I can see that.
You like controlling your mind, because I don't know why you're saying that, because you started it. We just wanted to talk.
His eyes were black.
What?
Your eyes were black.
Oh, okay. I thought you said besides we're black. And I was like,
no, your
what?
eyes were
Why
black.
would
I
you say
was telling everybody that his eyes were black.
Got it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Dave fills you in. Dave gives you a little insight into what was going on, Nara. Dave says his eyes were black, and Dweasel looks at you, Nara, and says, I don't know. It's not, it was nothing personal. It's, self-preservation. And, I'm surprised you all survived it. Honestly.
Oh, good. I like self-preservation. That's such a good reason to do things, because that's going to be a good reason why you're going to tell us everything we want to know right now.
You know, if we need to ask him anything specifically, I kind of know a way to make sure he talks.
Oh, I feel like he's going to be very cooperative. And if not, then we can go to that.
I mean, doesn't cost a thing, but sure.
Yeah. I generally like to try to be nice to people.
Oh, it's a nice spell.
Yeah. Anyways, Dweasel.
He did just release robots on us. I don't really know if nice is the way to go.
He's all about self-preservation. Those are the most, honestly, best people you can run into.
He really could have gotten killed. We would have killed him. You know, that's not really self-preservation.
Well, I mean, he didn't know that we were like a comparable threat to Raziel. I mean,
I thought you were all gonna die.
Yeah, and now we're not dead. None of us. Look at that.
And
you're right. I'm alive.
I could have sworn you were gonna die in the explosion too.
Nope.
You're all really like heroes or something.
I wouldn't go that far, but anyways, about all the information we need to know, Dweasel. First of all,
he's kind of twiddling his thumbs, and sweat drips down his little hooked nose and drips off onto the grass.
Did you kill the old boss?
I did.
Okay, so you were the one who drove off that night that we first came in.
I did.
Okay. Well, then this is that, I guess. Interesting.
I
Dweasel.
saw y'all. You were talking to what's that guy's name? He always comes around here. Some scientist guy. Pretending to be a farmer.
What was his name?
Interesting. So you guys know that.
Dweasel kind of like opens his eyes real big and like looks around. And starts like scratching his head.
What do you guys know about him, Dweasel?
What was the question?
What do you guys know about him?
I know he was a former roboticist and not a huge fan of Raziel, and I was kind of keeping an eye on him.
Was he getting
comes
into
here when he's trying to avoid taxes.
Was he getting into cybernetics by any chance?
I don't really know. I'm not very good at my job.
Name.
Well, they probably already know it.
I looked to the party.
We'll talk about it later. And no, he wasn't into cybernetics.
I lose interest.
Dweasel, why were you sent to replace the old manager?
He looks around at the group, and he says, "Would you believe me if I told you I didn't really know? I was just a janitor here, and then I got a message on my and he pulls out his ID card, and said I had a job, and they'd pay me good, and it was to kill the old manager. And I like money. I don't know about y'all."
I like money too, yeah.
But I didn't really get much information until I actually did it. And then I was given some instructions, and I was told pretty obviously that what Raziel wanted me to do was keep an eye on some travelers in this area. And well, I'm not very good at it, but I follow orders. And,
which travelers?
Well, one of them's named Emil, and he's the roboticist you met. Every once in a while, he comes near the factory. And,
Okay, that's right.
I'm supposed to take an eye on him and see what he's at. And then I was told there might be some travelers who come through this area. Oh shit. he looks at you guys.
Evening.
And he says, "Oh, yeah, one of them was a big lion." And he's looking at Kathrak, and Kathrak just kind of shrugs. And so you get the idea that this person was given a job, firstly and foremostly because he's easily manipulatable. He's a coward. He'll do anything for money. And he does not seem like the kind of person who would say no to something that seems easy, like poisoning somebody, and then just keeping an eye on people. Sounds like an easy job. And then managing the factory, you can tell, based on your knowledge from the fight, that he probably wasn't even managing the factory. It probably didn't even need to do anything. In fact, the factory was working without a manager for days. You staked it out, and there was no manager in place for a while. It just kept doing its thing. So, using your knowledge of the factory, you get the idea that it's probably not even run by the manager, whoever's like the working manager. The manager probably just is a front for other jobs, whether it's looking out this kind of rural area or whatever it might be. Just overlooking things, making sure people aren't stealing stuff.
What was the factory building besides guns? And where was it going? And for what purpose?
He says, I think, as far as I know, I mean, I've cleaned weapons conveyor belts, I've cleaned robot conveyor belts, and vehicle parts, and in that building over there, he points over to one of the kind of smaller buildings. He says, the specialists work in that building once in a while. They haven't been here for a few weeks, but they do like cybernetics and things like that.
That sounds like your area, Dave.
Is there any?
We're not allowed in there. I've never been in.
Okay. What's in the other building?
The other building, that's he kind of looks around. I don't know if you want to open that one. That's not a pleasant sight.
What's inside of it, Dweasel?
He kind of looking around. He looks at the party, looks over at the building, kind of looks down at the ground. He says, "It's kind of like it's like a trash compactor, but well, it hasn't been cleaned in a while, and the reason for that is we're waiting on. Well, I was waiting on a professional, a cleaner, to come out because there's a body in there.
A single body?
Yeah, the one you probably seen
Oh,
of the manager from before.
okay, yeah.
I threw his body in there, and he's probably all smashed up with the robot parts. It probably smells horrible.
Okay, so
Okay.
then, why are you okay? Why would you kill someone and then put them in there and then want someone to come clean it up? Why don't you clean it up yourself?
He's
I feel
saying,
like-
no.
I'm not a professional. I don't know how to clean it.
There's people in this town that you can pay to do some discreet cleaning.
Oh, I don't know.
Pretty sure that's what he's referring to.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, Raziel told me he was sending someone.
When are they
Right.
supposed to get here?
He looks at his watch. Within the next day or so. They said they were going to be here.
And do you know who they'll be sending?
I don't know. They just call them the cleaners.
Okay. Interesting. That's good to know.
So yeah,
Is
they
there
were gonna go
anything
in the
else
trash
about that
compactor.
trash
They were going to go in
building?
there and they were going to just take all the parts and ship them off. Probably put them in some kind of vehicle. I've never seen it done before, but to me that's what I would do, I guess. So they'll probably ship off the parts, and they probably have some kind of special way of cleaning things. Maybe it's magic, like you guys use, or maybe it's some kind of chemical.
Do you know where you were sending all the stuff, by the way? Like all the weapons and robots and...
As far as I know, they take them to different places around the continent, different cities, and drop them off. We do on-calls, so people call in, and we take the service. He kind of looks over at the demolished building where the service van was. He's like pointing to it, and he looks back at it and says, "We would take the service van out there and bring out parts or different things like that. I'm not really into the whole operations thing. I've been a manager for," and he kind of looks at his watch, 10 hours.
Yeah, a
Bad
lucky 10
first
hours.
day, huh? Yeah, that first day.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys would stick around.
Have you gotten paid yet?
Why are you being so free with this information now? I'm curious because I feel like, I mean, does Raziel know that you're talking to us right now?
He kind of feels his chest area and he says, I had a thing that was sent to me. I needed to consume it, and when I consumed it, it gave up a lot of my control of my body, and I didn't really mind because I was getting paid really good, and it wasn't all the time. But I think he saw everything that happened in the factory. But whatever one of you did to me, I think it cured it.
Cheers, mate.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
shouldn't
Well,
stick around too long to be.
That was me, by the
I
way. I
agree
take
with
credit.
that.
I take
Way to
credit.
go.
I take credit. That was me. I did that.
I'll say we go into the cybernetics building, get whatever we want, and leave.
I agree.
Is there an extra vehicle that isn't trackable here, Dave? Or
He looks
Dweasel,
around.
sorry. Dweasel.
Why would I know?
That's why I said Dweasel. D names, calm down.
He looks
She's
around.
with the bad guy. How dare you.
This car is the only one I've got. I don't know of any others. Sorry. You can take it if you want. If you just let me go, I'll walk
no,
on.
We don't want the car. The car's being tracked. If you get in the car, you'll probably die. Just an FYI, or be tortured
Mhm.
and then die.
He nods
Have
his
you
head.
heard somebody speaking to your mind? It's not pleasant.
Yeah. So, Dweasel, what are your plans now?
I'm gonna run away and live an honest life.
Okay,
He
don't
kind of
lie
like,
to me.
He kind of like fixes his shitty tie.
I don't believe you at all.
Why don't you believe
do you
me?
do you have any money on you right now to get started?
He kind of patting his pockets. He says, other than what's in my account, no?
Yeah. Can I have that?
He
What the hell, Dave?
nervously kind of
It's
leans
an honest
back.
question.
Do you normally shake people down like this?
Well, it's not really shaking down. You try
Only
to
when I
kill
have the
us.
opportunity.
I didn't have much of a choice, did I?
We kind of did, but
You never
That's
really
fine.
did you?
anyways, Dave, I'm not
Consider
really.
just consider this payment for getting all the nicks and scratches from the robots, all
Dave,
right?
we're gonna get you a bunch of cybernetic stuff.
That too, but I want the credits as
It
well.
sounds a little greedy now. You're gonna do a gig. Have your money.
I don't care.
Dave, we're not robbing him if he needs to run from Raziel and needs
You
money.
guys don't know even how to.
How to
Neither
what?
do you.
Rob him of his credits.
I know
How to take
rob
money off
people
a
if
credit
I
card,
need to.
Amish? Didn't
You-
think so.
You don't know how to rob them either. He's not
I
giving you his
I mean, I have a
Anyway.
credit card sliper right here. It's, you know.
Does anyone else have other
Nah.
questions for him?
Oh, I'm ready to go.
Fox, did you want to ask him anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, Dweasel, I want your number so I can call you if I have any questions. And if you don't answer, I'll track you down and I'll fucking eat you. Literally.
Roll
From
me
the
an
toes
intimidation
up.
check.
I'll help him.
Again with the cannibalism. I can't.
Can I roll for advantage if he's helping me?
Yeah.
That's not a very good roll.
That's investigation anyway.
Oh, and that makes sense. That's better.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. He says, all right, I'll give you my number, but I don't know how useful it's going to be for you. And I'm probably not going I'm going to be in the wind. You ain't going to find me. But he
Give me a number to contact you of where you're going, please.
he puts his number into your phone. He,
I copy
he
it down
names
as well.
himself Big D.
I changed the name back to Dweeb.
So yeah, both of you guys have Dweasel's number now. What did you say to him?
Where are you going to be heading to, Dweasel?
He says, is that really necessary?
Remember what I told you about the toes eating?
He kind of scratches his head. He was not super intimidated by you, by your intimidation check. He says, I mean, if you were going to kill me, you might as well do it now.
I'm gonna walk up to him and grab him by the scruff of his collar and say, "Tell me where you're going, man!" And I'm gonna attempt to pickpocket him and steal his credit cards and debit cards and all that stuff.
While you're holding him up?
No, I'm not actually holding him up. I'm just like grabbing onto him and like pushing him really close to me, and then like reaching inside of his pockets without anybody seeing.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Okay.
We got 10.
It's not activating the second time. Give me a second.
You good?
10. Yeah, it says 17 on D&D Beyond,
okay. All right.
but the 10, you know.
Yeah. All right. So, attempting to shake him down, he kind of like pushes himself away from you. Doesn't really take. And the whole party kind of sees what you're doing too.
Dave, are you serious?
I want his money, okay?
Get
Is that
away
too-
from him.
Is
I
that
need
too
that
greedy
money.
to ask after he attacked us with
Yes,
a bunch
it
of
is.
robots?
I need
He's
that
got
to
to run
live.
away.
Is that why you tried to throw me out of the way from that explosion earlier?
That had nothing to do with I was genuinely concerned for your
Roll a
safety.
deception
you-
check.
Is that why you jumped at me?
Roll an insight check. Fox.
I want an insight check too.
Whip. You can
Well,
roll into
what are
roll.
these rolls I'm getting? God damn it! 12.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that I'm lying except for Bob.
Everyone
must
knows
have
that
been the
you're lying.
wind.
Pox, you're like, well, that was nice. That was, I mean, it was kind of,
Must have been the wind.
yeah,
Listen.
it must have been the wind. What was that?
Listen, fine. You guys win. I'll stop
Oblivion NPC.
attempting to steal his credit cards so he can go do his thing. We'll just take the cybernetics, I guess.
Dweasel, please don't tell Raziel about us and avoid him.
He probably already knows.
I'm not going anywhere near Rosio. You know, I used to think Rosio was like the hero of this world.
Yeah, he did a really good job of setting up that narrative over the last 53 years.
Is he not the hero of this world?
Are you not originally from this world?
He says, maybe I said that weird. I thought
Fair enough.
he was the hero of the planet, you know? I thought he was the best thing ever.
I always
since I
thought
was
he
young.
did a good job. I mean, yeah.
He had a
I'm with
really
you
good
on that.
long 53-year PR campaign.
I guess so. But Dweasel kind of like scratches his arm.
I mean,
a
it
little
is
bit,
kind of hard to find anything negative about him online.
pushes his hair out of his face. He's like, yeah, like that's weird. Like every time I type in like Rosio Rule 34, it's always blocked.
Wait, what is Rule 34?
Oh, you can't get past that filter? Oh, I got that. I got past it.
Rule 34 is well, if there's something, there's porn of it somewhere. You know what porn is?
Oh, yeah. Wait, if there's nothing about someone, shouldn't that be a warning sign?
I mean, I can send you a link if you really want to see the dirty stuff.
Well, I thought that, you know, people respected him so much they wouldn't make sexual images of him.
No.
Okay, well, anyways,
Is there nothing, or is it just blocked by a firewall or thing?
There's just nothing.
Oh, okay, damn it.
I mean, it's not, he's not a looker, so I'm not surprised.
He says, yeah, it's true. Different strokes for different folks.
literally. Anyways, Dweasel, I don't think we need anything.
It was shitty to meet you.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
terrible,
we
so-
did make it so you're no longer under the control of a maniacal
You're welcome,
maniac,
by the
so-
way.
True, but now I'm on the run for the rest of my life, so
Well,
True,
welcome
but you
to the
would have been
club,
dead.
And you know what? Not as bad as
hey, but maybe if you never showed up, I would have never been dead.
That's highly unlikely with
Hey,
Rosio.
grass is
think
always
about it.
greener, isn't it?
He says, potato, potato. And he kind of stands up and he goes over to the car, gets in the car.
I wouldn't get in that car there, Dweasel. Oh,
I'm just going to drive it for a little bit so that I don't have to walk on foot. And then I'm going to drop it off somewhere.
okay, well, don't die.
All right.
Maybe.
You've got my number, and you did test it out, so you know that
Yeah.
he didn't give you a fake number. And he says, toodaloo, fuckers. And his greasy hand is out the window as he begins to drive off. And this is where Pox, like Eldritch, blasts the car and kills it.
I mean,
Cast Phantasmal Force to get somebody
we're on
next to
the
him.
same page.
Okay, shall we go loot the cybernetics and then get the hell out of here?
Yeah.
Swift.
I don't know why you guys are stalling.
All right,
Let's
so you
go.
go over to the cybernetics building.
Yep.
You flash one of the cards, and it beep slides open the door to the cybernetics building. It's a smaller building, much smaller factory, but it's still a factory. Inside, it's this kind of beautiful white chrome, and when you get inside, there's a room you have to get through to like sanitize yourself. So it's kind of like a surgeon's room. So you have to like sanitize yourself, put on gloves. You don't have to do that because you guys are, you're intruders. But like the normal person would come in here and they would sanitize themselves, put on gloves, all that kind
Why
of
would a
stuff.
cyborg need to clean himself up for cybernetics? Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So you press some buttons and you get yourself into the lab floor of the cybernetics building, which again is much smaller. No conveyor belts, but instead rows and rows of tables. And each of these tables have different either flesh-like pieces of mechanics or these kind of different body part shaped pieces, or some of them look like they are like organs that are cybernetic on different tables. Anyone who would like to look for anything in particular that you can think of, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Otherwise, if you just want to look around in general, roll me a perception. If you have something specific you want to look for, roll investigation.
I want to look for specifically like maybe monsters that they were doing stuff on, any sort of monsters that they were maybe trying to do some mixed bio-cybernetical stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to look for the like main person who created this stuff, see if I can find a correlation with my investigations in the past.
Okay.
Got a 7
All right.
because the dice hate me after combat for some reason.
Okay. So with that, Nara, you rolled an 18, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, yeah. So Nara and Pox, as you are kind of just looking around generally in here, here are some of the things you see when combining your two rolls. Pox, you didn't get a great roll, but Nara, you got a really good roll, so we'll even it out here. Looking around at the different tables, some things that you see. One is you see a heart that is cybernetic, and it looks like it is modeled similarly to the magic heart that you have. It looks like it is a prototype of some kind. It doesn't look perfect. And next to it are other organs to go along with it. So now they have a heart, and they also have what looks like a liver, some lungs, and maybe even a stomach. You're unsure. It kind of just looks like a big mass. But all of it is cybernetically enhanced, these different organs. And also with your perception checks looking around in this building, it looks like there are, along the walls, there are locked boxes along both walls as well that may have some more special things in them. Other than that, looking around with your perception, you just see different types of like cyborg-like augments. So everything from eyes to fingers to toes, just different pieces. With Zim, as you're investigating around, you're looking for like monster pieces or monster parts that they may have.
Or like full monsters that I can like Pokedex, for lack of, but like if they have like them in like vats or anything like that.
Understood. Okay. So looking around in this area, on top of the tables, you don't see anything. Yeah. And in fact, most of it seems cleaned, and it looks like people haven't been here in a while, like in the cybernetics lab at all.
Mm-hmm.
But looking around under one of the tables in what looks like a kind of glass aquarium, you see... Give me a second here.
Yep.
Pull it up, pull it up.
Also, no one died, so good job on the poll, guys.
Nice.
I did it.
I mean, I guess Dave could still die, but...
Technically.
Oh, well, I'm in a cybernetics lab. This would be the best place for me to die right now.
So, it looks like it's deceased, the creature.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what you find. I'll send it to you in a DM. It looks like a worm with a beak. And it's kind of curled up. And it looks like it has some like a cybernetic spine that's been implanted into it that did not take, and it died.
Is it enough where I could turn into it?
Is it what?
Is there enough of it there that I can kind of like study it and then use my magic to turn into it?
Yes.
Okay. If I have to eat part of it, I will.
You would probably want to, just in case.
Okay.
I'll send you the thing. It's called a grick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll take a knife and like cut off one of its like little tentacle parts, and I'll just like swallow it whole.
All right.
Dude, that was probably rotten.
Probably, but now I can turn into the thing.
So you get the tentacle, and I don't get the credit cards.
You get the cybernetics.
That's true.
Speaking of which,
yeah.
So, what in particular do you want for your character? They might not have all of it, but there would be. This would not be like a main cybernetics lab in that it would not have like really super high polished essential pieces. It just has what looks like prototypes, and it looks like, you know, smaller pieces here and there. But you're not going to find like a whole chest. Or new legs, like new full legs for a humanoid.
Right.
Maybe for like a small creature, like a spider's, like spider legs, but yeah.
So cybernetics is still new to Dave. This is a fairly recent augment for him. He's not quite sure what he would want as far as upgrades go. as for most of his extremities are flesh, and the torso is the main cyber part of him. However, he has been on the lookout for a penis.
Right. So with your investigation, kind of looking around, no penis here. It's a quest. It's a quest to find one, and none here. But
the search continues.
You do see there next to laying next to a pair of lungs. You see what looks like an actually nicer rhythm sensor than the one you found in the main robot factory. So that looks like it's for like your basic robot, whereas this one looks like it's specifically for a cyborg.
I take the advanced one and I put it up to the same spot the old one was at.
The old one kind of opens up and shoots out kind of like a USB stick, and for you to remove it. All right, so you unclick it from its spot, put it back on the table, and then put the new rhythm sensor in. This is going to give you a +5 to your Constitution checks.
Ooh. Okay. Very fun.
Couldn't you have sold that old one that you just threw away? Isn't that valuable?
Actually, I wanted to give it to you for you to eat.
You know what? I just realized when I made this thing that +5 is way too strong. It's going to be +2. +2.
+2 added on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So you need to beat a 10 for your speakers to not break.
Right. That adds to it. Got it. Customize and go plus the magic bonus. Yeah.
So just so you know, it's only for the speaker Constitution saving throws. This would not be for concentration checks, which are also Constitution saving throws.
Got you. So it's only for the speakers.
Correct.
Got it. I will make sure to add that. Whatever. Cool. Good to know. Awesome.
Alrighty. So you got your loot there, and then what looks like on the different tables here, you just see different like animal parts here and there, cybernetic animal parts. And Nara, on one of the tables, you find a chrome lion's paw that will go with the hydraulic pump that you found before.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I want that. But also, can I look at those locked boxes and see if I can like pick the lock? Is there like an alarm or something?
Sure. Looking at them, they look like they need a swipe from one of the keys on the key ring that you found. So you have the key ring to the whole place, so you can open up all the lock boxes.
Yeah, let's open them all up.
So what's cool is I want you guys to think of this real quick. So here's something cool. You had a decision to make when you first went into that factory last session, right? You had a decision on which entry point to go into. Do you go in through the garage, or do you try and go in through the main front door? You chose to go in through the garage, therefore finding the keys, which have now made all of this easier. So if you're not like kind of following along with this, is kind of the coolest part about D&D is your decisions have made things either easier or harder for you. In this case, they made things a lot easier for you to get into all this stuff and find your way into all these buildings. Like if you had went in through the front door, the only chance you would have had of finding those keys is if when the building was destructing, you decided to leave through the garage and look around. You would have also missed the hydraulic pump for Solus's leg. So it's just cool. If you haven't noticed yet, this is my favorite part of D&D. Is like when your decisions matter and they like change
the little things.
Yeah, they all like domino into each other with different things. So with that said, you unlock all of the lock boxes. Inside each of these is actually human body parts.
Ooh.
So in these lock boxes, you find human lungs in formaldehyde, fingers, toes, eyeballs, lots of eyeballs, and a penis.
Oh,
a human penis.
Should have left this locked.
I don't think I can. I don't think that one will attach.
There's way too much information that I never want to know about ever again.
It's just natural.
I don't care. I don't care about your body parts. I don't
You
want to
can
know
turn
about
into
it.
a ferocious monster, but you're worried about a penis.
Is there like a robot finger over there you could
Oh,
use?
TMI.
Ooh, that's a concept. I start pondering. I don't think it would be big enough.
Anyways, is there anything else in those lock boxes, or can we leave this place?
Doesn't seem like much else in terms of like if you want any of these body parts for any reason, you can take them.
Oh, wow, we would need body parts. Do you
Oh.
want to eat them, since you enjoy eating people so much?
I didn't say I enjoy it so much. You say you've done it. It's not like my delicacy where I'm like, ooh, you know what, today I'd like some
You
liver
just
and some
bring it up a
fava
lot.
beans.
I feel like you just bring it up a lot. You talk about it a lot. So I'm just wondering.
No, Nora.
Okay.
I say we check out the trash building just for the sake of checking it out, and then leave.
No, I'd rather not.
Okay, well, I will then.
But yeah, the human nature would want to do that, I suppose.
Okay. If I find anything cool, I'll let you know.
Yes. I like stand outside the door. I kind of wait for them. I'm still kind of hoping they go to my concert.
Pox, as you're leaving, you kind of just going through like the sanitation area that you would normally have to go through to get in here. Walking through there, you do notice that there is a screen to your left, like what looks like a screen that you've associated with technological things. You've seen a few of these screens before. They're not super familiar with them, but this screen is turned off currently. But it looks like there's a little power switch under it, and it says employee check-in, and it looks like it's got some like ID badges hanging above it too of different people.
We take the badges, or is it like just like
You could totally take them. Yeah, they're just hanging like above the screen.
Should probably grab some of these badges.
Wait, what do the names say? Anything important on them?
Well, I don't know. What are they? I look at them.
Okay. As you look at the names, they are a mixture of names, none of which you've seen before, but they all look like they hail from gnomish culture. They all look like they are gnomes, and they don't have their locations or anything on them, but you may be able to find that information out in the employee check-in screen if you want to try turning that thing on.
I hit the button underneath the screen.
Okay, so kind of using your knowledge from before when you turned off the computer in the manager's, or turned on the computer in the manager's office. You've gotten used to how this kind of technology works. So you find the power button really easy. You turn it on, and the screen turns on to show you a list of names with pictures next to them. There are 4 gnomish names that I can come up with for you guys for next week. So 4 gnomish names, and they have their pictures next to them. So you get a really good look at their face pox, which can be helpful for you to put on their face. You get a really good look at them. I mean, it's really, really clear image. You also get 2 other faces, one of which is the former manager of this area. He was a dwarf that had kind of like a big red beard. And then the other one is a female human. Her name is Alexa Sorvelli. And she has this kind of like jet black hair and glasses. She looks a little bit like Velma in that her hair kind of comes down in that kind of like bowl, like Velma from like Scooby-Doo. And she's got these big, thick-rimmed black glasses that she wears. And you have a feeling that you could definitely... if you find some big, thick-rimmed glasses, you could also impersonate this person in the future as well, getting a good look at her visage. The coolest part about this screen is that when you swipe to each of their faces, you also hear a little clip of their voice. So when you swipe to each of their faces, it gives you a little clip on the last time that they checked in. You hear, Alexa Sovella. Checked in Tuesday. So you kind of like, you hear the voice of the person, so you can kind of imitate that as well.
Okay.
That's cool.
So you have a feeling that if push comes to shove and you want to continue learning more about the cybernetics and figuring out what's going on with that situation, and maybe be able to help people in the future, you may need to infiltrate a bigger lab, which means now you have an in with her idea and her likeness and her voice.
Sweet.
Okay, and that's where we're going to end it for today.
Can I do one more thing before we end?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over to Zim, and I'm going to put my number into his phone and say, now, if you ever need anything or you find something that pays, you can always call on old David. I give him back his phone, and my name's just a middle finger.
It's a middle finger emoji?
Yeah.
Sounds good, Dave. We'll definitely be calling you here soon to pay you a lot of money to do something.
Well, I mean, if it comes up.
I mean, at one point, we're going to have to kill Raziel, and we could use the help, so.
Oh. I feel like you shouldn't have told me that. All right. I'm going to I press a button on my chest monitor and like erase the last 5 seconds of recording.
Okay.
Well,
it's weird
I'm off.
that you record us, Dave. Not gonna lie.
I'm a robot.
You're a cyborg.
Yeah, with recording capabilities.
Okay.
What do you think the red light's for?
True. That's okay. You shouldn't record everything. That sounds like a poor idea.
So,
anyway.
Bye, Dave.
Bye.
As you walk off, Dave, you hear a subtle voice in your head as you're walking away, and it says, "You may be able to hide from Raziel, but you can't hide from me, my minion." And you don't feel an urge to turn around and tell the group what you just heard.
Is it chilly out? I keep walking with my eyes really wide.
So, as you walk off, the rest of the group, you gather your things together and go back over to your cart, which has the robot pieces on it, and continue your journey towards Drudgemore.
Yep.
Slowly but surely. And
We're getting quite the collection.
You do have quite the collection of objects and items, which, if you would like to sell them sooner than getting to Drudgemore, you can stop in Spartanomia. Otherwise, you can head straight towards Drudgemore. You were discussing trying to maybe go through the Illan Forest to stay out of sight and keep yourself out of trouble. You could also stop by Emil's house again if you want. Which is
the
on
only
the
thing
way.
I would like to do is send a note to Emil that they knew that he was there.
Okay. So you send him a message?
Yeah.
Okay. So you send Emil a message, and that is where we're going to end it for today. Thank you so much to Buff Lovin'.
Woo!
Thank you for being here, man. Thanks for...
Dude, this is so much fun. I love it.
I'm glad that you were a part of it, man. And we got your character some cool stuff. And he's going to be a big part of the lore for the streams and everything. And
he's chilling.
Yeah. Next week, we will have Jay the Bard joining us for another new kind of character story as you guys are traveling towards Drudgemore, meeting new people, getting to know the world a bit more here and there. This side quest gave you extra information, but as you know, it wasn't your main quest, right? Your main quest is to, right, stop Raziel, whatever, or get back in time, to go back to your time. But you did find a lot of valuable information on people that you can get to Raziel, to kind of mess with him. You got information on how to infiltrate a cybernetics lab. You got great weapons that can be used if you can find ammo for them. Those weapons are really powerful. There's a sniper rifle, a grenade launcher, and an assault rifle. Your characters are much more knowledgeable about the world now, knowing all the terms of technologies and things like that. And you've actually spent over a week now here in the future and are starting to really get used to it. Although things are strange, you're learning how to fit in, and on your way to Drudgemore, plotting and continuing to grow that hatred for Raziel and what he's done to you and continues to do to the people of this world. And that's where we'll pick it up next time.